live. So we're going live in three, two, one. You're now live, Dr. Garrett.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us for Thursday Thoughts at Pure Plastic Surgery. It's the final Thursday of October, so still wearing the P cap representing for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Everybody looking from the Pure Plastic Surgery account, you're welcome to shift over to my account at Dr. Garrett Wegerif on Instagram. Spelling is Garrett, last name is Wegerif. And today we're going to be covering an interesting subject, again, a breast subject for the month of October. We're going to be talking about Galaflex mesh, or the internal bra that's been commonly referred to by people on the internet, okay? So what is Galaflex mesh? Who might be a good candidate for using it? And all the ins and outs of that. So let's get into it by first describing what the mesh is. So this is an image of what the Galaflex mesh actually is. And this is actually a 3D structure used for soft tissue reinforcement for the breast. And unlike many other meshes that have been in the public eye for having complications like stuff that OBGYNs use, this is not a permanent mesh. This is a biopolymer called polybutyrate, and it's actually a material that your body slowly absorbs over time. So it lasts for 18 to 24 months, and it acts as a scaffold for your own body to grow tissue, to strengthen that tissue. So it's used for patients that may benefit from soft tissue support. So who's a patient that might benefit from that? As we age, the amount of collagen in our skin starts to go down, starting at about age 20. So that's why the sagging and the wrinkling and all this other stuff happens. So patients that have previously had a breast augmentation and they're having sagging or drooping, they may want to elect to get the Galaflex mesh, or patients that have had more than one breast lift because each time they do it, they have more sagging. It's kind of dependent on what your skin quality is, and some people that are really good candidates for it are weight loss patients because their skin has typically been stretched out to a point where it just doesn't have as much elastic fibers in it, and they tend to stretch more. So this might be a good option for them. Or someone that's really trying to go with a very large size implant for their body, the Galaflex mesh is a good option to help support that. So where exactly does this go, and where do we use it for in cosmetic plastic surgery? We typically use it for breast surgery, and it can actually go in the pocket around the implant. It can even sometimes be used just for mastopexies or breast lifts in patients that have had recurrent issues. So it's a brief overview of what the Galaflex mesh is used for and who's a good candidate for it. Again, it's not for everyone. Not everybody needs this. If you're young and healthy with good skin quality, it's just an extra expense and you probably don't need it. But if you're older, you've had issues with having to get revision surgery, it's a good option for you. Do we have any questions?
Okay, let's see. Okay. Doug, could you say who is the candidate for this procedure? For this enhancement?
Who's a candidate for this? For patients that have had previous breast augmentation and they're now going for a lift, but they've had a lot of sagging and drooping, and they've obviously aged since the procedure was first done, they're a good candidate for having this. Weight loss patients that just have very thin skin without a lot of elasticity left in it, they're a good candidate for this if they're having a breast lift with augmentation or something like that. Or patients that are just older going for a primary breast augmentation would probably be an indication to use it as a primary, for the primary surgery.
Okay, let's go. There's any contraindication for this?
There really isn't a contraindication, but there is a proper use for it. And again, sometimes I have young patients coming to me because they've heard about this and they say, do I need this or should I get this internal bra? And if you don't need it, I'm probably not going to steer you in that direction because it's just going to be an extra cost. But for patients where they could definitely use the extra support, it's a great option that we really didn't have a very good option that was affordable. We had some different options before, but they were used mostly for reconstructive surgery because they were very cost prohibitive. So it's a great new tool to have in our toolbox.
If I need fat transfer to my breast, is it possible? You do that?
Yes, if you do fat transfer to the breast, again, that's one of those things where we really need to evaluate you to see if you're a good candidate for it. But if you are, I definitely do fat transfers to the breast.
Okay. I'm 55 years old. I'm still a candidate for a surgery with you.
Absolutely.
Okay.
All right, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. Have a great Thursday and a great weekend, and we will see you next week.
Thank you.